The Salem Witch Trials. We're taught this is dark, bizarre chapter of American history, a unique moment of mass hysteria where a group of young girls fell under some kind of mysterious affliction and pointed fingers at their neighbors. The truth is, it wasn't mysterious at all. The Salem Witch Trials were what happens when you mix toxic teenage drama, bitter land disputes, and rigid religious system that turns petty grievances into a death sentence. It all started with a couple of kids, Betty Paris and Abigail Williams, acting weird. They were having fits, screaming and crawling into holes. In any other time or place, this would have been seen as kids being kids, or perhaps a sign of genuine medical or psychological condition. But this was 1692 in Puritan Salem, a place so boring and repressed that a teenager having a tantrum was considering evidence of demonic conspiracy. These girls, suddenly at the center of attention, realized they had stumbled upon the ultimate power. They were powerless in every other aspect of their lives, young, female, and voiceless. But now when they pointed a finger and cried witch, the entire adult world, including the most powerful men in the colony, had to stop and listen. Their affliction became their authority. So who did they accuse first? Not random people. They accused the outcast, Tibuta, a slave of Caribbean origin with a background in folk practices, Sarah Good, a homeless beggar who muttered curses at the people who wouldn't give her food, Sarah Osborne, an elderly woman who had broken social norms by refusing to cede her land to her sons-in-law. These were easy targets, people everyone already disliked or suspected. The accusations were a form of social cleansing, a way to get rid of inconvenience. But then it escalated. The accusations stopped being about outcasts and started being about settling old scores. If your neighbor's cow wandered onto your land, you might remember seeing his wife's spirit in the woods with the devil. If a business deal went bad, suddenly your former partner was a warlord of Satan. The witch trials became the ultimate tool for resolving personal vendettas. The evidence was a joke, spectral evidence where a girl would claim she could see the invisible specter of the accuser torturing her. It was unprovable, unfalsifiable, and a license to kill anyone you didn't like. The authorities, especially Governor William Phips and the judges like William Stoughton, were either true believers who were terrified of the devil, or they were cynical opportunists who saw the way to conceal power by leading the moral panic. They created a court where the accused was considered guilty from start. Denying you were a witch was a proof that you were lying, because a real witch would lie. Admitting that you were a witch might save your life, but only if you name other witches, creating a self-perpetuating cycle of terror. By the time the hysteria burned itself out, 20 people were dead and the community was shattered. It wasn't a victory over Satan, it was a national embarrassment. The Salem Witch Trials weren't about magic or demons, they were about power. It was a terrifying demonstration of how a system that values religious dogma over rational evidence can be weaponized by petty, the resentful, and the powerless to destroy the lives of the innocent. It wasn't a supernatural event, it was a profoundly human one.